Juventus Football Club is one of the most storied clubs in football history, with a legacy built on sheer winning with legendary Italian players and legendary foreign players. This list was not easy to make, so here are the 10 greatest Juventus players of all time, ranked based on their impact, skill and lasting legacy. Coming in at number 10 is Pavel Nedved. He was the engine for Juventus during the early 2000s. He was a tireless midfielder with exceptional technical skills and a fiery work ethic. The Czech playmaker was known for his powerful shots and incredible stamina. When Zidane left in 2001, Juventus needed a number 10 to replace him, and they turned their attention to Lazio's 29-year-old star midfielder, Nedved. Overall, he made 327 appearances for Juventus between 01 and 09, scoring 65 goals. He played a crucial role in leading Juventus to multiple Serie A titles, and he was awarded the Ballon d'Or in 2003 for his outstanding performances. Fans loved him for his passion and loyalty, as he chose to stay with the club even after they were relegated in 06. Coming in at number 9 is Giorgio Chiellini. He is the definition of a warrior on the pitch. The Italian defender spent nearly 2 decades at Juventus from 05 to 2022, making over 550 appearances and establishing himself as one of the best centre-backs in modern football. Known for his physicality, tactical intelligence and leadership, Chiellini was the backbone of Juventus' defence during their 9 consecutive Serie A title wins from 2012 to 2020. His never-say-die attitude and passion for the club endeared him to the fans, who saw him as a symbol of Juventus' resilience and strength. At number 8, it is Zinedine Zidane. Now, most fans just think of Zidane as a Real Madrid player, but Zidane's best years was with Juventus from 1996 to 2001. He dazzled fans at the club with his skill, and overall he made 212 appearances, scoring 31 goals and winning 2 Serie A league titles. The French midfielder was a genius with the ball, of course, capable of producing magic moments. Zidane's elegance and creativity and ability to dictate the pace of the game made him one of the greatest playmakers in the club's history. He won the Ballon d'Or in 1998 as a Juventus player, and he led Juventus to 2 Champions League finals, although they lost both times. Though his stay at Turin was relatively short, his impact was unforgettable. At number 7 is the legendary goalkeeper Dino Zoff. Zoff brought calmness and reliability to Juventus' defence during his 11 years at the club from 1972 to 1983, making over 470 appearances. Zoff was the epitome of consistency, helping Juventus win 6 Serie A titles and 1 UEFA Cup. During his peak, he was the captain of both Juventus and the Italian national team. It's more surprising that Zoff signed for Juventus at the age of 30, so few expected him to go on to play for the club for 11 years, and he captained Italy to a World Cup win at the age of 40, the oldest captain to ever do that. At number 6, it is Gaetano Scirea. He was a defender of rare elegance and composure, playing for Juventus from 1974 to 1988, making 552 appearances and scoring 32 goals. Scirea was a key figure in Juventus' golden era, helping the club win 7 Serie A titles and the European Cup in 1985. He was known for his impeccable reading of the game. Scirea was a clean tackler who played with intelligence rather than aggression. Off the pitch, he was a gentleman and a role model, and he earned immense respect from fans. And his legacy grew even more when he tragically died at the age of 39 in a car accident. At number 5, we have Giampiero Boniperti. A symbol of Juventus' post-war revival, Giampiero Boniperti was one of the most prolific forwards in his era. He played for Juventus from 1946 to 1961. Boniperti scored 178 goals in 459 appearances, helping Juventus win 5 Serie A titles. He was known for his elegant style of play and clinical finishing. Boniperti was the first superstar player for Juventus, and he was Juventus' all-time top scorer until Del Piero took over 40 years later. At number 4, we have Roberto Baggio. He was one of the most gifted players to ever grace the game, and he played for Juventus from 1990 to 1995. Baggio scored 115 goals in 200 appearances. He was a playmaker and a forward rolled into one. Baggio was renowned for his sublime dribbling, free kicks and ability to score breathtaking goals. He won the Ballon d'Or in 1993 while a Juventus player, leading the team to a UEFA Cup victory in the same year. Baggio's artistry and humility made him a fan favourite. Even as he moved on to other clubs, many fans would argue that on pure talent, Baggio is the greatest to ever put on a Juventus shirt. Number 3 is Gianluigi Buffon. Widely regarded as the greatest goalkeeper in the history of football, Gianluigi Buffon spent 2 decades at Juventus, from 2001 to 2018 and 2019 to 2021. Making 685 appearances, Buffon's incredible reflexes, leadership and consistency were key to Juventus' dominance in Serie A, particularly during the 9 consecutive title wins from 2012 to 2020. His loyalty to the club was evident when he stayed with Juventus after the relegation to Serie B in 2006, the same year he won the World Cup. His consistency for 20 years, being a world-class goalkeeper for 20 years, is something we'll likely never see again, so he comes in at number 3. At number 2, it is Michel Platini. Platini was a magician with the ball. He brought elegance and brilliance to Juventus from 1982 to 1987. The French midfielder scored 104 goals in 224 appearances passes, and is a remarkable feat for a playmaker. Number 10. Platini won 3 consecutive Ballon d'Or awards as a Juventus player from 1983, 1984 and 1985. He was highlighting his dominance during his time in Turin, and many still agree that those 3 years of dominance is something that's never been witnessed in a Juventus shirt ever since. He led Juventus to numerous trophies, including 2 Serie A titles and the European Cup in 1985. Platini's creativity, intelligence and a knack for scoring in crucial moments made him a hero to Juventus fans. Finally, at number 1, it is Alessandro Del Piero. Del Piero is the greatest Juventus player of all time. He spent 19 years at the club from 1993 to 2012. Del Piero made 705 appearances, scoring 290 goals, which are both club records for appearances and most goals. A forward with incredible technique, vision and a knack for scoring spectacular goals, Del Piero was the face of Juventus for nearly 2 decades. He won 6 Serie A titles, a Champions League trophy and countless other honours. Del Piero's charisma, skill and leadership made him a true icon of Juventus, and for those reasons he comes in at number 1 as the greatest Juventus player of all time. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content.